I really tried my best, please watch the video until the end.
I stand alone on the edge of the broken cliff. The cold wind hits my face with brutal force. These weak creatures do not know true power yet. A massive horde of beasts marches across the valley. The ground shakes beneath my heavy metal boots. They really think numbers will save them today. System alert. The annihilation protocol is ready. I slowly raise my hand to the dark leather patch. My fingers trace the rough edges of the thick fabric. This simple cloth holds back an entire universe. The monsters roar and charge toward my high position. Dust clouds rise, blocking the bright morning sun. Their blind confidence is almost pitiful to watch. I pull the heavy strap away from my hidden face. A strange heat builds up behind my closed eyelid. The time has come to show them absolute destruction. I open my single eye and look down at the valley. A deep, purple cosmic nebula swirls inside my pupil. I am the physical embodiment of the apocalypse. System alert gaze of annihilation is now active. A bright beam of pure energy erupts from my eye. The air around me instantly turns into hot plasma. Nothing can survive this level of pure cosmic power. The purple light strikes the center of the lake. Massive waves of steam explode into the dark sky. The water simply ceases to exist in this reality. Hundreds of giant monsters vaporize in 1 second. Their heavy armor turns into fine gray dust clouds. They did not even have time to register the pain. System alert. You have gained massive survival points. I shift my gaze toward the tall stone mountain peak. The solid rock begins to glow with intense heat. Even the earth itself must bow to my supreme will. The beam slices through the mountain like warm butter. A deafening crack echoes across the empty wasteland. The entire landscape is changing by my design alone. The top half of the mountain slides off its base. Millions of tons of stone crash into the dry valley. I am reshaping this broken world with a single look. The remaining beasts freeze in absolute sheer terror. Their weapons drop uselessly to the scorched ground. Fear is the only logical response to my presence. System alert. Enemy morale has dropped to absolute zero. I focus my vision on the largest armored commander. His thick metal shield melts instantly into liquid. No defense can stop the power of the cosmic void. The commander collapses into a pile of white ash. A strong gust of wind scatters his remains away. He was just another meaningless obstacle in my path. I sweep my gaze across the rest of the battlefield. Lines of pure destruction follow my every movement. This is not a battle, but a simple basic cleanup. The ground splits open, revealing deep, dark chasms. Bright purple flames erupt from the broken earth. My power leaves permanent scars on this entire planet. System alert. Level up achieved through mass destruction. I close my eye and pull the thick patch back down. The blinding purple light fades into complete darkness. It is better to conserve this energy for bigger threats. I turn my back on the completely ruined landscape. The silence of the dead valley is incredibly peaceful. I have finally found the quiet environment I wanted. A new wave of system notifications fills my vision. Blue holographic screens float in the empty air. These numbers only confirm my absolute superiority. System alert SSS-Rank status has been fully verified. I step forward, crunching the burnt earth beneath me. The residual heat warms my cold metal leg armor. I must find the next target for my cosmic hunger. I walk toward the distant ruins of the ancient city. Dark shadows stretch across the broken stone pillars. There are more fools waiting to test my patience there. A massive flying creature circles above the tall towers. Its huge wings block out the light of the pale moon. This oversized bird will make a very nice target practice. System alert. New hostile entity detected in airspace. I stop walking and plant my feet firmly on the ground. The kinetic force of my stance cracks the pavement. I do not need to move to bring down this flying beast. I reach up to touch the leather strap once again. The familiar hum of the cosmic void vibrates nearby. It is always so eager to consume everything in sight. The giant bird dives straight toward my exact position. A loud screeching sound pierces my sensitive ears. Its aggressive behavior is a very fatal miscalculation. I flick the metal buckle and release the dark patch. The purple nebula flares up with intense bright light. The sky is about to become a very dangerous place. System alert, target lock acquired on the flying beast. I stare directly at the center of the diving creature. A thin purple laser shoots up into the dark night sky. There is absolutely nowhere for this monster to hide. The beam hits the beast right in its armored chest. A massive shockwave ripples through the upper atmosphere. The physical laws of this world are bending to my will. The creature disintegrates into a cloud of shiny dust. Glowing particles slowly fall down like purple snow. It is a strangely beautiful sight in this ruined world. System alert, aerial threat has been completely removed. I adjust the patch back over my glowing purple eye. The surrounding temperature drops back to normal levels. I must maintain strict control over this massive power. I step over the deep cracks in the ruined city street. Small fires continue to burn in the distant buildings. This place was probably very beautiful a long time ago. A group of human survivors steps out from the shadows. Their dirty faces show a mix of total awe and pure fear. They have never seen a true apex predator in action. System alert. Neutral entities detected in your area. I cross my heavy arms over my thick armored chest. The metal plates clink together with a heavy, dull thud. I have absolutely no interest in saving these weaklings. The leader of the group drops to his dirty knees. He bows his head down to the broken concrete floor. Worship is the only thing they can offer me right now. I walk straight past them without saying a single word. The wind howls through the empty spaces between towers. My path leads only toward the center of the dark zone. System alert. Entering high danger zone in 10 seconds. I pull a small map device from my tactical utility belt. The blue screen flickers with heavy static interference. The energy in this area is messing with human technology. I crush the useless device inside my armored right hand. Broken plastic and glass fall to the ground in pieces. I do not need a map when I can just destroy everything. A massive stone gate blocks the entrance to the fortress. Dark magic runes glow brightly on the ancient gray stone. Someone spent a lot of time building this pathetic wall. I grab the leather patch and tear it off my face again. The purple cosmic energy floods my vision instantly. It is time to knock on their front door very loudly. System alert. Maximum power output has been authorized. I unleash a thick beam of pure destruction at the gate. The ancient magic runes shatter into a million fragments. Their strongest defense is completely useless against me. The massive stone doors melt away into a pool of lava. Intense heat waves push the surrounding air far away. I can already see the terrified faces of the dark guards. I step through the glowing red puddle of melted stone. My boots leave deep burning footprints on the dark floor. They are about to learn the true meaning of the apocalypse. System alert. Multiple elite enemies are approaching fast. I keep my eye wide open and scan the large courtyard. Everything my gaze touches turns into fine gray powder. This entire fortress will be erased from the world map. Hundreds of elite guards rush at me with shiny weapons. The purple light washes over their heavy steel armor. They vanish into thin air before taking another step. I tilt my head back and look up at the tall main tower. The cosmic beam slices the dark structure into two parts. I will not leave a single stone standing in this place. The top half of the tower crashes down into the courtyard. A massive cloud of dust covers the entire ruined fortress. My work here is finally done for this particular day. System alert. All hostile targets have been eliminated. I step over the massive piles of crushed gray stone. The heavy dust settles slowly over the ruined courtyard. There is nothing left to challenge my absolute power. System alert. Scanning for remaining signs of life. A deep vibration hums beneath my thick metal boots. The ground fractures slightly under the immense pressure. Someone is hiding deep inside the dark underground vault. I walk slowly toward the center of the broken fortress. My heavy footsteps echo through the empty, destroyed halls. They think a thick layer of rock will save their lives. I look down at the solid floor of the main courtyard. My hand reaches for the dark leather patch once again. The fabric slides off, revealing my glowing purple eye. System alert. Deep underground penetration mode is now active. A concentrated beam of cosmic energy strikes the ground. The thick stone floor instantly turns into liquid magma. I am drilling a massive hole straight into their bunker. Dense clouds of white steam rush past my armored face. The intense heat does not bother my enhanced physical body. I drop down into the deep glowing tunnel without fear. System alert. Entering the subterranean high-security zone now. I land heavily on the smooth metal floor of the vault. The kinetic impact bends the thick steel plates downward. Red emergency lights flash across the dark metallic walls. A massive mechanical door stands firmly in my direct path. Multiple heavy locking gears spin with a loud grinding noise. They are trying to seal the final chamber from my wrath. I stare directly at the center of the giant steel door. The purple nebula inside my eye spins with furious speed. The entire metal structure simply ceases to exist at once. System alert. Heavy physical barrier has been eliminated. I step into the vast underground chamber of the fortress. Hundreds of glowing blue energy tubes line the tall walls. A giant humanoid machine rests in the center of the room. Thick cables connect its silver body to the main reactor. This must be the ultimate weapon of the fallen commanders. The blue tubes suddenly flash with blinding bright light. Massive amounts of power flow into the dormant metal giant. It is finally waking up to face its inevitable destruction. System alert. Supreme mechanical threat is detected nearby now. The giant machine opens its glowing bright red optical sensors. It breaks the thick power cables with one sudden movement. A heavy metallic roar shakes the walls of the dark vault. I stand perfectly still and watch this pathetic display. The machine raises a massive energy cannon toward my chest. The air crackles with pure static electricity all around us. It fires a huge blast of concentrated blue plasma at me. I do not even bother to dodge the incoming energy strike. The plasma beam hits my heavy armor with incredible force. A massive explosion of blue light fills the entire chamber. System alert, minor kinetic impact absorbed by outer armor. The thick smoke clears, revealing my completely unharmed body. The giant machine steps back in obvious mechanical confusion. It cannot compute how I survived its strongest primary attack. I slowly reach up and touch the edge of my dark eye patch. The time for simple observation has officially come to an end. I pull the leather strap away from my face with one hand. The purple cosmic void illuminates the dark underground room. System alert, annihilation protocol is running at full power. I lock my gaze onto the heavy chest of the giant machine. A blinding beam of purple energy shoots across the huge room. The machine tries to raise a thick blue defensive energy shield. My cosmic power shatters the shield into a million tiny pieces. The purple light strikes the thick silver armor of the robot. Its entire upper body instantly vaporizes into thin gray smoke. The heavy metal legs collapse onto the hard stone floor below. System alert, supreme mechanical threat has been neutralized. I cover my eye and let the darkness return to the cold vault. The silence of the underground chamber is extremely satisfying. A small glowing blue core rolls out from the destroyed legs. I walk over and pick up the warm energy source from the floor. The raw power pulses gently against my heavy armored glove. I crush the core and absorb the scattered energy into my body. System alert. Energy reserves have been fully restored now. The ground suddenly begins to shake with terrifying violence. Large chunks of the stone ceiling crash down around my boots. The destruction of the core has destabilized the entire base. I must leave this collapsing underground tomb very quickly. I bend my knees and prepare for a massive vertical jump. The kinetic force of my launch shatters the floor completely. I shoot upward through the long vertical tunnel like a rocket. System alert. Rapid vertical ascent is currently in progress. I burst through the surface and land back in the dark courtyard. The entire underground fortress caves in with a deafening roar. A massive sinkhole swallows the remaining ruins of the old base. I stand on the edge and watch the destruction with cold eyes. The night sky above me suddenly lights up with bright red flares. I look up and see a massive fleet of strange flying warships. They hover silently over the completely ruined ancient city. These fools have brought an entire army to challenge me today. System alert, massive hostile fleet detected in the upper orbit. I clench my heavy metal fists and prepare for the next battle. The largest warship slowly descends toward my exact position. A bright green targeting laser points directly at my dark chest. They think their advanced technology gives them an advantage here. I reach for the leather patch and prepare to show them the truth. The cosmic void inside my eye hungers for more massive targets. I rip the patch off and unleash the full power of the dark nebula. A gigantic pillar of purple light erupts into the dark night sky. The beam strikes the center of the massive descending warship. The thick hull armor evaporates before it can even register heat. System alert: primary aerial target has been completely erased. The remaining ships scatter in absolute panic and sheer terror. They try to fly higher into the safety of the dark upper clouds. There is absolutely no escape from my supreme cosmic vision. I sweep my gaze across the sky like a massive blade of pure energy. 5 more warships turn into fine gray dust in a single second. Glowing purple particles rain down on the broken city streets. The sky is burning with the beautiful light of total annihilation. System alert. Multiple hostile targets have been neutralized. I lower my gaze back to the ruined ground of the dark courtyard. The heavy leather patch falls back over my glowing purple eye. The surrounding air cools down from the intense cosmic heat. A single escape pod crashes into the dirt a few meters away. The metal hatch blows off with a loud hiss of compressed air. A tall alien commander crawls out from the smoking wreckage. His silver uniform is torn and covered in thick black grease. He looks up at me with wide eyes full of absolute pure horror. System alert: enemy commander has been located on the ground. I walk slowly toward the trembling survivor of the ruined fleet. My boots crush the broken pieces of his destroyed escape pod. He tries to pull a small energy pistol from his tactical belt. I step forward and kick the weapon out of his shaking hands. The gun shatters into useless pieces against a heavy stone wall. He falls back onto the dirty ground and begs for his tiny life. I stare down at him with zero emotion in my cold human heart. There is no mercy for those who dare to attack my lonely domain. I do not even need to use my cosmic power for this weak trash. I raise my heavy armored boot and stomp down on his chest. The kinetic force of my strike ends his miserable life instantly. System alert. Final hostile entity has been successfully removed. I turn away from the crushed body and look toward the horizon. The first light of dawn begins to break through the dark clouds. A new day brings new targets for my endless path of destruction. I start walking toward the distant jagged peaks of the mountains. The wind carries the scent of burning metal across the wasteland. I am the absolute master of this broken and pathetic new world. System alert: SSS-Rank dominance has been established perfectly. A deep canyon blocks my path to the distant mountain range. The gap is too wide for any normal human to jump across. I do not care about the natural obstacles of this dead planet. I pull the dark patch up and stare at the edge of the cliff. The purple energy slices a massive chunk of rock from the wall. The giant boulder falls perfectly into the deep, dark canyon below. I have created a massive stone bridge with a single, simple look. System alert: terrain modification has been executed perfectly. I walk across the newly formed bridge with heavy, slow steps. The rock is still glowing hot from the intense cosmic energy. My metal boots leave glowing footprints on the smooth surface. I reach the other side and continue my long, endless journey. The cold wind howls through the dark mountain pass. Small, loose stones tumble down the steep, rocky slope. This desolate place holds a very deep, ancient secret. System alert. High-density energy signature is detected now. I stop walking and scan the massive, jagged peaks ahead. The solid ground vibrates beneath my heavy metal boots. These mountains are hiding something massive inside them. A loud mechanical grinding noise echoes across the valley. Huge cracks suddenly appear on the side of the tall cliff. The natural rock formation is just a cheap physical shell. I cross my armored arms and wait for the grand reveal. Massive pieces of gray stone fall into the deep canyon. A giant metallic hand bursts out from the broken rock wall. It seems the old world left a guard dog in this wasteland. System alert. Ancient biomechanical titan is waking up. The massive creature pulls its heavy body from the mountain. Thick metal cables hang from its broad silver shoulders. A machine of this size requires an absurd amount of power. The titan turns its giant faceless head toward my position. A bright yellow scanner beam sweeps across the dusty ground. They programmed this beast to eliminate all local intruders. System alert: target lock acquired by hostile giant entity. I do not move a single muscle as the yellow light hits me. The massive robot raises its right arm high into the sky. Its heavy metallic fist is larger than a standard building. The giant hand crashes down directly onto my exact location. A massive shockwave shatters the surrounding stone pillars. Dense clouds of gray dust completely obscure the battlefield. System alert: extreme kinetic impact registered on surface. The Titan slowly lifts its heavy fist from the broken earth. A deep crater marks the exact spot of the devastating strike. I stand perfectly unharmed in the center of the deep hole. My thick armor plates absorb the kinetic force with sheer ease. The machine tilts its head in obvious mechanical confusion. It cannot process the absolute failure of its primary attack. I slowly raise my right hand toward my dark leather eye patch. It is time to dismantle this obsolete piece of old technology. System alert: annihilation protocol is ready for deployment. I pull the heavy strap away from my hidden glowing purple eye. The dark cosmic nebula swirls wildly inside my exposed pupil. A terrifying aura of pure destruction fills the empty valley. The giant Titan takes a massive step back from the deep crater. Its internal sensors finally recognize the true cosmic danger. Fear is a very useful feature even for a brainless machine. System alert: hostile entity is attempting tactical retreat. I lock my gaze directly onto the thick silver chest plate. A blinding beam of purple energy erupts from my single eye. The ambient temperature spikes to incredibly dangerous levels. The purple light strikes the center of the giant metal chest. The thick armor simply evaporates into a cloud of white steam. I can see the glowing red power core spinning deep inside it. System alert: critical damage inflicted on the main reactor. The Titan unleashes a deafening roar of pure mechanical agony. It drops to its massive knees and crushes the solid rock below. This pathetic display of weakness makes me incredibly bored. I sweep my gaze across the thick metal arms of the huge beast. Both limbs instantly disintegrate into fine gray metallic dust. The heavy torso crashes down onto the burning broken ground. System alert: hostile entity has lost all combat capabilities. I step out of the deep crater and walk toward the fallen giant. The residual heat warms my cold metal boots with every step. The red power core flickers weakly inside the ruined open chest. I focus my purple eye on the glowing sphere of endless energy. The core shatters into a million tiny floating bright fragments. The massive mechanical body turns completely dark and lifeless. System alert: supreme threat has been successfully eliminated. I pull the dark leather patch back over my glowing purple eye. The intense heat immediately fades from the surrounding air. A heavy silence returns to the desolate broken mountain range. I step over the massive piles of gray dust and ruined metal. The path ahead is now completely clear of any foolish obstacles. I continue my long march toward the highest peak in the distance. The broken stones crunch loudly beneath my heavy metal boots. A massive dark fortress sits at the very top of the highest peak. Thick black smoke rises from the tall, ancient stone chimneys. They are preparing their final defenses for my inevitable arrival. System alert: ultimate enemy stronghold detected straight ahead. I clench my armored fists and feel the raw power inside me. The metal plates of my gauntlets grind with a heavy sound. This planet will soon learn to fear the name of the Cyclops. I step over a deep crack in the ruined mountain path surface. Purple sparks of energy still dance around my dark leather patch. The power of the void is eager to escape its physical prison. System alert: cosmic energy levels are at maximum capacity now. I reach the massive iron gates of the dark mountain fortress. Tall spikes of black steel point aggressively toward the sky. Heavy armored guards stand nervously on the high stone walls. They point heavy energy rifles directly at my broad metal chest. Their hands shake so badly they can barely hold their weapons. I do not bother to slow my steady walking pace for these fools. System alert: low-level threats detected on the outer perimeter. The guards open fire with a massive barrage of bright red lasers. The energy bolts strike my thick armor with absolutely no effect. Small clouds of black smoke rise from the heated metal plates. I brush the warm soot off my shoulder with one casual hand swipe. Their strongest weapons act like a gentle, warm summer breeze. System alert: kinetic defense systems are operating perfectly. I stop right in front of the massive black iron fortress gates. I reach up and grab the rough leather strap of my dark eye patch. The guards stop shooting and stare at me in absolute pure horror. They know what is about to happen to their impenetrable wall. I pull the patch away and unleash the endless cosmic void again. A massive wave of purple energy washes over the entire front gate. The thick black iron turns into a pool of hot glowing liquid. The guards on the wall vaporize before they can even scream. System alert. Primary defensive barrier has been fully destroyed. I step through the massive glowing hole in the ruined outer wall. The heat melts the bottom of my heavy boots just a tiny fraction. A massive army of dark knights waits in the main open courtyard. They draw glowing swords with a loud, unified metallic scrape. System alert. Massive hostile army detected in the main courtyard. I leave my eye uncovered and let the purple nebula spin wildly. I will not stop until this mountain is reduced to flat gray ash. The cosmic beam sweeps across the courtyard like a deadly scythe. Hundreds of elite dark knights turn into fine dust in one sweep. Their heavy armor and glowing swords simply cease to exist now. System alert. Massive multi-target annihilation is complete now. I walk slowly through the falling purple snow of their remains. The silence of absolute destruction is the only remaining sound. The tall central tower of the fortress looms in the distance. A massive dark energy shield protects the highest tower peak. The Supreme Commander hides behind his pathetic magical barrier. System alert, high-density magic shield detected on the tower. I do not cover my glowing eye as I march toward the tall tower. Every step I take burns a deep footprint into the solid stone. The raw cosmic power leaks from my body into the environment. The ground around me dissolves into floating purple cosmic dust. System alert. Passive annihilation field is currently active now. I stop at the base of the massive stone stairs near the door. A huge, heavily armored beast jumps down from the high balcony. Its massive claws gouge deep trenches into the solid rock floor. It roars with enough kinetic force to shake the nearby walls. System alert, Apex Predator class monster has entered the zone. I tilt my head up and lock my gaze onto its ugly giant head. The beast lunges forward with incredible, terrifying speed. A concentrated beam of purple energy shoots through the cold air. The beam hits the monster squarely in the center of its mouth. The entire creature vaporizes instantly from the inside out. System alert. Apex Predator threat has been permanently removed. I walk up the tall stone stairs without a drop of hesitation. The heavy wooden doors of the tower melt away as I approach. I step into the massive throne room of the Dark Commander. He sits on a tall chair made of glowing blue energy crystals. System alert, final target has been located in the central room. He points a glowing magic sword at me with a trembling hand. His dark energy shield pulses rapidly around his heavy throne. I stare directly at the magical barrier with my glowing eye. The shield shatters into a million pieces of broken glass. The purple beam strikes the commander and erases his existence. System alert. Supreme Enemy Commander has been fully eliminated. I pull the dark leather patch down and seal the cosmic void away. The glowing throne room turns dark and cold in mere seconds. My absolute dominance over this pathetic world is now complete. I stand quietly in the center of the dark, freezing throne room. The blue crystal chair slowly crumbles into fine, glowing dust. This supreme victory feels incredibly hollow in my cold mind. System alert. Scanning the remaining crystalline structures now, a deep humming sound suddenly echoes from the broken floor. The solid stone beneath my heavy metal boots begins to shake. They were hiding a massive dimensional rift under this tower. Bright silver light spills out from the deep cracks in the rock. The ambient temperature drops to an absolute freezing level. My heavy armor plates easily resist the sudden extreme cold. System alert, spatial anomaly detected directly beneath you. I take a slow step back and watch the stone floor collapse. A huge, swirling vortex of silver energy appears in the hole. This pathetic planet was merely a gateway to a larger realm. I clench my massive metal fists and feel a new surge of power. The dark leather patch rests heavily over my glowing right eye. I am more than ready to conquer whatever lies beyond this gate. System alert. Dimensional gateway is fully stable and open now. I drop down into the swirling silver vortex without any fear. The kinetic force of the portal pulls me through empty space. Flashing streaks of white light blind my normal human vision. The violent spatial transition ends with a sudden heavy impact. I land perfectly on a floating island made of dark purple rock. The gravity here feels significantly heavier than on the planet. System alert. Entering the uncharted cosmic void territory now. I look around at the endless expanse of a shattered universe. Massive chunks of broken planets float aimlessly in the dark. This dead dimension is the perfect playground for my abilities. A loud screeching noise pierces the silent vacuum of space. A swarm of flying metallic creatures dives toward my island. Their razor-sharp wings reflect the distant dying starlight. System alert. Multiple hostile void entities are approaching. They move with incredible speed and perfect tactical formation. The lead creature fires a barrage of yellow energy spikes. The projectiles strike my thick chest plate with massive force. I do not even flinch under the heavy kinetic bombardment. The energy spikes shatter into useless glowing yellow sparks. These weak cosmic bugs are wasting my highly valuable time. System alert, kinetic defense systems absorbed all damage. I reach up and grab the rough leather strap of my dark patch. The time for passive observation is over in this new dimension. I pull the heavy fabric away from my glowing purple pupil. The dark cosmic nebula spins wildly inside my exposed eye. A blinding beam of pure destruction shoots into the dark sky. The purple energy sweeps across the incoming metallic swarm. System alert annihilation protocol has been fully activated. The entire front line of flying beasts instantly vaporizes. Their silver bodies turn into fine clouds of gray cosmic dust. The remaining creatures scatter in absolute mechanical terror. They try to hide behind a massive floating asteroid nearby. I shift my gaze directly toward the huge chunk of floating rock. The purple beam strikes the center of the giant stone barrier. System alert. Massive physical obstacle has been targeted now. The entire asteroid disintegrates into absolute nothingness. The hiding creatures are erased along with their rocky shield. There is no possible escape from my supreme destructive vision. I lower my gaze back to the dark purple ground of my island. The heavy leather patch falls back over my glowing purple eye. The surrounding space returns to its cold and silent state. System alert. Hostile void swarm has been completely erased. I start walking across the rough surface of the floating rock. My heavy boots crush the sharp purple crystals under my feet. A massive structure looms in the far distance of this void. It looks like a giant floating temple made of black glass. Thick chains of pure golden energy anchor it to nearby rocks. Someone incredibly powerful is waiting inside that dark palace. System alert, supreme energy signature detected in the temple. I bend my heavy knees and prepare for a massive vertical leap. The kinetic force of my jump shatters the island completely. I launch my heavy armored body through the empty dark space. I fly past dozens of broken planets and ruined metal ships. The black glass temple grows larger in my direct field of view. I am a human missile aimed straight at their front door. System alert. Rapid spatial traversal is currently in progress. I crash heavily onto the smooth landing pad of the huge temple. The massive impact cracks the thick black glass floors. A web of glowing blue energy pulses through the broken floor. Two giant statues of alien warriors stand by the main entrance. Their stone eyes suddenly glow with a bright red light. The ancient magic animating these guards is extremely primitive. System alert defensive statues have been fully activated now. The massive stone guards step forward with a loud grinding noise. They raise huge heavy battle axes made of solid black iron. I stand perfectly still and wait for their pathetic attack. The first statue swings its giant axe directly at my head. I raise my left armored arm to block the heavy strike. The solid iron weapon shatters upon contact with my thick armor. The kinetic shockwave blows away the surrounding cosmic dust. The stone guard freezes in a state of absolute robotic shock. It does not understand how a tiny human survived that blow. System alert, minor kinetic impact absorbed without any damage. I reach up and grab the dark leather strap with my right hand. These oversized toys are completely unworthy of my time. I pull the patch off and unleash the fury of the dark nebula. A brilliant beam of purple light erupts from my single eye. The cosmic energy strikes the center of the first giant statue. The magical stone instantly vaporizes into a cloud of gray ash. System alert, primary defensive construct has been destroyed. I sweep my glowing gaze toward the second massive stone guard. The purple beam slices directly through its thick, heavy torso. The top half of the giant warrior simply ceases to exist now. The heavy stone legs collapse onto the cracked glass floor. I cover my eye and let the dark leather patch fall back down. The path into the dark temple is now completely clear for me. System alert. Outer perimeter defenses have been eliminated. I walk slowly through the massive open doors of the dark palace. The vast empty hall is filled with floating blue orbs. A tall figure stands at the very end of the long glass corridor. He wears a long flowing cape made of pure starlight energy. A silver mask completely covers his entire alien face. This must be the ruler of this shattered and broken dimension. System alert, supreme cosmic entity has been located ahead. The masked ruler raises his hands and chants a strange spell. Hundreds of floating blue orbs suddenly fly directly toward me. They are highly compressed bombs of pure, unstable cosmic plasma. I do not even bother to try and dodge the incoming barrage. The plasma bombs detonate against my heavy armor simultaneously. A massive explosion of blue light fills the entire hall. System alert, extreme thermal energy detected on outer armor. The thick smoke clears, revealing my completely unharmed body. The masked ruler takes a slow step back in obvious sheer terror. His strongest magic failed to even scratch my metal suit. I continue walking down the long corridor with heavy, slow steps. My boots crush the broken glass from the plasma explosion. He fires thin beams of red laser from his shaking hands. System alert. Hostile entity is attempting desperate attacks. The red lasers bounce harmlessly off my thick metal chest plate. I finally reach the end of the long hall and stand before him. He drops to his knees and begs for his miserable life. There is absolutely no mercy for those who stand in my path. I grab the dark leather patch and prepare to end his existence. The purple nebula inside my eye hungers for his soul. System alert. Maximum annihilation power is currently ready. I pull the heavy strap away and unleash the cosmic void again. A terrifying pillar of purple light engulfs the masked ruler. His starlight cape and silver mask vaporize in a single second. The intense cosmic energy erases his physical body completely. The purple beam punches a massive hole through the temple wall. I cover my eye and let silence return to the dark hall. System alert, supreme cosmic entity has been perfectly erased. A glowing purple crystal drops onto the cracked glass floor. It is the dimensional core of this entire shattered universe. I pick up the warm, glowing stone with my armored glove. The raw power pulses gently against my thick metallic palm. I crush the crystal and absorb the ancient energy into my body. A massive shockwave of pure power radiates from my heavy armor. System alert, dimensional authority has been fully acquired. The black glass temple begins to shake with terrifying violence. Without the core, the entire structure is rapidly falling apart. I must leave this collapsing dimension before it folds. I focus my new power and tear a hole in the empty space. A golden portal opens directly in front of my metal boots. This new gate will lead me to the center of the Galactic Empire. System alert, interstellar transit gateway is fully stable. I step forward into the swirling golden energy vortex. The spatial transit feels like wading through thick mud. This galactic empire clearly uses outdated gate technology. System alert, interstellar transit is currently in progress. Bright flashes of yellow light blind my normal human vision. The heavy gravity of the new world pulls my body downward. I land on a smooth metallic platform with a massive thud. A sprawling futuristic metropolis stretches out before me. Tall skyscrapers of glowing glass pierce the dark, smoggy sky. System alert. Hostile planetary environment has been detected. Thousands of flying vehicles zoom between the massive towers. The ambient noise of the busy city is incredibly annoying. I cross my heavy armored arms and wait for the local guard. A loud siren suddenly blares from the nearby security drone. The floating machine projects a bright red scanning laser. It takes exactly 3 seconds for them to label me a threat. System alert. Unauthorized entity protocol is now active. 6 heavily armed patrol ships descend from the upper traffic. They surround my landing pad with perfect military precision. Dozens of elite Imperial soldiers drop from the dark vessels. They wear sleek white armor and hold glowing plasma rifles. Their weapons hum with a highly concentrated thermal energy. I do not bother to change my completely relaxed posture. System alert. Multiple hostile combatants are locking on now. The squad leader shouts an order through his helmet speaker. A barrage of blue plasma bolts flies toward my solid chest. The superheated projectiles strike my thick metallic plates. The thermal energy dissipates harmlessly into the cold air. They simply lack the firepower to scratch my outer defense. System alert, kinetic and thermal damage fully neutralized. The elite soldiers stop firing and stare in absolute shock. Their rigid military discipline crumbles in a single moment. I slowly raise my right hand toward my dark leather patch. It is time to teach this empire a lesson in absolute power. System alert annihilation protocol is ready for deployment. I pull the heavy strap away from my hidden glowing purple eye. The dark cosmic nebula swirls wildly inside my exposed pupil. A terrifying aura of pure destruction fills the landing pad. I lock my gaze directly onto the squad of Imperial soldiers. A blinding beam of purple energy erupts from my single eye. The intense cosmic light sweeps across the metallic platform. System alert, mass target disintegration is currently active. The soldiers and their heavy weapons vaporize in an instant. Their sleek white armor turns into fine gray floating dust. The purple beam continues outward toward the floating ships. The thick hull plates of the patrol vessels simply evaporate. 6 massive explosions rock the sky above the tall buildings. System alert, local security forces have been fully erased. I cover my glowing eye and let the heavy leather patch drop. A heavy silence falls over the previously noisy central hub. I step off the landing pad and walk toward the main bridge. My heavy metal boots leave deep glowing footprints behind me. This planet will soon understand the true meaning of despair. System alert. Planetary threat level has been upgraded now. A massive holographic projection appears in the dark sky. The giant face of an Imperial general glares down at me now. He demands my immediate surrender with a very booming voice. I do not even bother to look up at his pathetic digital face. A massive shadow suddenly covers the entire city block below. System alert. Orbital dreadnought has entered the atmosphere. A colossal warship slowly descends through the thick smog. It is the size of a small moon and bristles with heavy guns. The dark metal hull absorbs the neon lights of the tall city. The main cannon on the bottom of the ship begins to glow red. They are willing to destroy their own city just to kill me. System alert. Extreme thermal energy signature is detected. I stop walking and stare directly at the massive red cannon. A blinding pillar of red plasma shoots down from the warship. The massive energy beam strikes my exact location flawlessly. The entire glass bridge melts into a pool of bubbling liquid. System alert. Catastrophic orbital strike has been absorbed. The Imperial general stares at his monitors in sheer panic. I reach up and grab the rough leather strap of my dark patch. System alert. Maximum annihilation power is currently ready. I pull the patch away and unleash the endless cosmic void. A massive pillar of purple energy shoots up into the sky. The cosmic beam strikes the center of the giant dreadnought. The thick, dark metal hull simply ceases to exist upon impact. The purple light spreads across the entire colossal warship. System alert, supreme structural integrity has been breached. Millions of tons of advanced machinery turn into gray ash. The massive orbital dreadnought evaporates without a sound. A gentle rain of fine metallic dust falls over the dark city. The giant holographic face of the general flickers and dies. I cover my glowing purple eye and land on the solid street. System alert, orbital threat has been permanently eliminated. I continue my long march toward the massive Imperial Palace. The heavy metal gates of the palace are visible far ahead. A lone figure stands in the middle of the wide, empty avenue. He wears a sleek suit of golden armor powered by blue magic. He holds a massive glowing energy spear in his right hand. This must be the supreme champion of the Galactic Emperor. System alert, apex combatant detected blocking the main path. The Golden Knight lunges forward with terrifying raw speed. He crosses the massive distance in a fraction of a second. His glowing spear thrusts directly toward my exposed neck. I do not even bother to try and dodge his pathetic attack. The energy spear strikes my thick armor and shatters loudly. System alert. Kinetic defense systems operated flawlessly now. The golden champion stumbles back in absolute pure disbelief. His ultimate magic weapon failed to pierce my outer defense. I grab the dark leather patch and prepare to end his misery. The purple nebula inside my eye hungers for his golden soul. System alert annihilation protocol has locked onto the target. I pull the heavy strap away and unleash the cosmic void again. A concentrated beam of purple energy shoots through the air. The beam hits the champion squarely in his golden chest plate. The thick magical armor vaporizes instantly from the inside. His physical body dissolves into a cloud of glowing blue dust. System alert apex predator threat has been fully erased now. I pull the dark leather patch down and seal the cosmic void. The path to the Imperial Palace is now completely clear for me. System alert outer perimeter defenses have been eliminated. I reach the massive golden gates of the dark Imperial Palace. I reach up and grab the rough leather strap of my dark patch. It is time to dethrone the ruler of this pathetic galaxy. I pull the patch away and unleash the endless cosmic void. A massive wave of purple energy washes over the entire gate. The thick golden metal turns into a pool of hot glowing liquid. System alert. Primary defensive barrier is fully destroyed now. I step through the massive glowing hole in the ruined wall. A massive army of elite royal guards waits in the courtyard. System alert. Massive hostile army detected in the courtyard. I leave my eye uncovered and let the purple nebula spin wildly. The cosmic beam sweeps across the courtyard like a scythe. Hundreds of royal guards turn into fine dust in one sweep. System alert. Massive multi-target annihilation is complete. I walk slowly through the falling purple snow of their remains. The central throne room of the palace looms in the distance. A massive dark energy shield protects the highest tower peak. The Galactic Emperor hides behind his pathetic magical barrier. System alert high-density magic shield detected on the tower. I do not cover my glowing eye as I march toward the tower. Every step I take burns a deep footprint into the solid stone. The ground around me dissolves into floating purple dust. System alert. Passive annihilation field is currently active. I step into the massive throne room of the Galactic Emperor. He sits on a tall chair made of glowing golden crystals. System alert final target is located in the central room now. He points a glowing magic sword at me with a trembling hand. His dark energy shield pulses rapidly around his heavy throne. I stare directly at the magical barrier with my glowing eye. The shield shatters into a million pieces of broken glass. The purple beam strikes the Emperor and erases his existence. System alert Supreme Enemy Commander is fully eliminated now. I pull the dark leather patch down and seal the cosmic void. The glowing throne room turns dark and cold in mere seconds. My absolute dominance over this pathetic galaxy is complete. I stand silently before the empty golden crystal throne. The massive hall remains completely devoid of any life. This entire galactic empire fell in less than 1 hour. System alert total planetary subjugation is now complete. A faint mechanical hum vibrates through the solid floor. The broken pieces of the dark shield dissolve into dust. I step closer to the ruined base of the golden tall chair. A hidden compartment slides open with a loud metal hiss. A floating silver cube emerges from the dark hidden space. The strange object pulses with an intense bright red light. System alert. Unknown dimensional beacon has been detected. I reach out and grab the glowing cube with my heavy glove. The metal surface feels incredibly cold against my armor. This device was clearly built by a much higher authority. The red light suddenly expands into a massive holographic map. Thousands of glowing green dots represent conquered worlds. System alert. Mapping the entire local cosmic sector now. A single blue dot marks my current exact planetary location. The blue dot rapidly flashes and turns into a deep crimson. The dead Emperor managed to trigger a final distress signal. I crush the silver cube into a handful of useless metal dust. System alert. Deep space transmission has been successfully sent. The holographic map flickers and fades into the dark air. A deafening sonic boom shakes the entire ruined throne room. The thick stone ceiling cracks under a massive unseen pressure. I look up through the broken glass of the tall dark ceiling. The dark smoggy sky above the city is tearing completely open. System alert, massive spatial rupture detected in the atmosphere. A colossal golden ring descends from the torn cosmic fabric. The floating structure spans the entire width of the dark city. Intense waves of pure gravity crush the surrounding buildings. I watch the tall glass skyscrapers collapse into silent rubble. These new visitors do not care about collateral city damage.
This video and everything in it are completely fictional and original creations by Manhwa. The story is made only for storytelling and entertainment inside a fictional universe. It isn't meant to encourage violence, dangerous actions, or harmful behavior, and nothing in this video should be copied in real life. All characters shown in this work are fictional and are presented as 18 years old or older. This content is made only for entertainment and isn't intended to offend, attack, or harm any person, group, or organization. This channel is more than just entertainment. It's made to share deep ideas, powerful meanings, and valuable insights through stories that make you think and feel in a new way.